Oliver, a tough night and out of the League Cup. What did you think of that one?
Yes, tough night, tough defeat. Of course, a start where we that we wished differently, but on the other side, and this is what we have to accept. That's the reality. Yeah. Where we are right now, if you lose both games against Leeds within 3 days, then we have to accept they were better. They are further than how we are and where we are. And we started our process. I think they are together now for 2 or 3 years, and always adding 1 or 2 or 3 players. And this is what we could see: is much more stability in the team. And whereas we really were struggling in a few moments today, we made too many mistakes. It was really playing with their pressure. We knew, but we just took many wrong decisions. That's how we gave them their chances and how we gave them their goals. And on the other side, we had 2, 3 moments where we had good opportunities. We didn't take them. But again, that's the reality. And that's important for me also to accept, and not blaming anybody else for something, because then nothing changes. So it's just us, it's just we who can change this, and this is what we will do.
You mentioned after the game on Saturday that you get punished when you make mistakes, and perhaps too many mistakes tonight.
Yes, too many mistakes, and again, just in a few situations, their power, their aggression was too much. That's why we made then too many mistakes, and yeah, they took one of these chances and took the lead. I think we had a big opportunity from Chris Wood with an incredible save, and then one long throw in, another set piece, where I think should have been a foul throw, not a good throw in, and should have been a foul in the middle. But again, it's what I said, it's not blaming anybody else, it's just us, because I think the performance today was not good enough to win this game. And so we can't hope that the other teams are playing worse football. So it's just our responsibility to play better, to be fitter. Yeah, we have a few topics. We knew this before. We have a few players coming back from long-term injuries. So if we have a few players not on their top fitness level, we will work on it. But it's the same. This will take a little bit of time. But I know this group and great characters, and I know we will work hard. We will stick together, and then we will improve.
Are you worried by the start? I mean, it's only 2 games, let's face it, and against the same opposition, but obviously 2 home defeats without scoring a goal. Does that worry you a little bit at the start of the season?
No, it doesn't worry me, but it's as I mentioned, it's not what I thought and what I wanted, what we all wanted, but it's the reality. Yeah, and let's say when I compare both games, then it was the last game. It was a game without chances. Whereas today there were too many chances, we were too open because we made too many mistakes, and this is what we have to reduce, because then you can't win. And then of course we could see, and let's say it's also nothing new when I think, and it's not to blame anybody, it's just reality, and that without Morgan, Gibbs White, the top scorer, had 6 goals in the Premier League. Yeah, so this is where we have to find solutions, how we get into better areas, getting more players into dangerous areas, being more ruthless into the box. I still see that that sometimes we don't have this aggression to score a goal. Yeah? Well, sometimes we prefer playing with the heel and looks nice, but you know it's especially in the Premier League, it's all about ruthlessness in both boxes. And this is what we have definitely to improve.
You mentioned earlier about Leeds obviously being settled, and they've been the same manager playing the same way for a long time, whereas you, I think your words were, you're at the kind of start of the process, really. I guess it takes patience, does it? And do you sort of have to believe in the system that it's going to work and the players are going to adapt to it along the line?
Yeah, I think it's nothing to do with the system, like always. Let's see which players come in, and then maybe we change the system. I always am so open. If I believe that the system is the problem, I change it tomorrow. So it's not a problem, but I think because we sometimes build up with the back four, but if you then pass straight into the midfielder's feet, then you have a problem, because then you are vulnerable. Yeah? If you are too stretched, because you are in the front in one line, you have not different levels, that you always get pressure from behind. This is what they wanted. So it's more this and not the system. But yeah, we again, it's yeah, as you mentioned, we started the process, and we could see where we are right now. Honestly, we thought after a good preseason we are maybe a bit further, but we also could see the difference, and I think also Nottingham Forest experienced this last season. There's a big difference between European football and Premier League football, yeah, and this is we just got the next evidence for this, and we have to prepare for Premier League football, and as I mentioned, we will stick together. We will really work hard on the pitch. It's the only way how we can change it. And then I know, and this is also my experience, then we will change it.
You mentioned we'll see what happens while the window is open. There's a lot of talk that Liam Delap might be on his way. Is there anything you can tell us?
No, it's as long as the contract is not signed, it just makes no sense. So many things can happen. But I said after Saturday's game that I'm confident that we will have two more players in, and I'm more confident now. And but yeah, it's the same. It's not that players come in and all of a sudden everything works. It's now when you have had a season like last year, then it's a long way. Yeah. And then there will be some setbacks. And we had, after a good preseason, now we had a setback. And then it's how you deal with these setbacks. Yeah? Is blaming anybody else, or is it this, or it's that, or it's Leeds, or it's whatever. It just makes no sense, because then nothing changes. So it's just us, it's just we who can change this. And this is what I always do at every single club. Yeah? We will change things. And I had really good assessment so far. I know exactly what we have to change, and this is what we will do.
Just finally, when you've been a head coach of a football club for 2 games, the last thing you want to hear is fans booing at the final whistle. What would be your message to them, Oliver?
No, I think it's their right. They were disappointed, and it's their right to show the disappointment. I think what also everybody could see that every single player gave his best, yeah. But today we have to accept that the Leeds were better, yeah? And this is for everyone the same. This is for us, for the players, it's for the staff, and I think it's also for the fans. And sometimes we don't like it, but as I mentioned, the only way out is sticking together, and this is what we will do. And I completely trust our fans that they will stick to the team and support the team, because this is what they always do. And I can promise that we will really give our best and work very hard to play better and get better results.